do our best to make sense out of nonsense, but sometimes we welcome the nonsense. Indeed, we embrace it. And that's why I'm so pleased to welcome back to Jimmy at the Crossroads, the man who you saw in that video as Arnold Schwarzenegger, as well as in most of our video break videos that have some humorous bent to them, even the audio only ones with imagery and then the audio that you hear. Jimmie Viles, Jimmy with an IE, entertainer and voice actor extraordinaire. Welcome, brother, back to Jimmy at the Crossroads. How you doing?
Is this Jimmy Mushroom Burger?
Yes, Mr. President, except it's Sengenberger.
No, it's George. It's George.
No, my last name is Sengenberger. I'm Jimmy Sengenberger.
Oh, Johnny Sengenberger.
No, Jimmy.
Who's this Johnny fella?
There is no Johnny, Mr. President.
Uh-oh. Well, where am I going to go to the bathroom? That's a little joke.
Jimmie Viles, Jimmy with an IE, George W. Bush. I don't know who's here.
Jimmy Sengenberger. You, sir. How are you?
You know, I'm doing all right. It's been a crazy morning, and it's about to get even crazier having you on, my friend. How the heck are you?
Well, I'm anxious. I'm done getting my politics from the news. I'm getting all my politics from the Simpsons from now on. That's it.
From the Simpsons?
Oh yeah, that's the best political voice on the planet because it's non-biased and it's freakily funny and that's why the extreme right hates him and the extreme left hates him. They are biting.
Now, please tell me, IE, that you'll also get your politics from Jimmy at the Crossroads.
Well, I get my sense out of nonsense from Jimmy at the Crossroads.
That's true. That's very true. So, all right. Well, I wanted to have you on. You mentioned The Simpsons. Now, The Simpsons absolutely are so great about politics and how they do it. They're very clever. They've made some uncanny predictions and more. So tell us sort of your overarching view as someone who can do, I don't even know how many characters, but a ton of characters from The Simpsons as far as their voices. What you think of the way that they approach politics? Because as you said, people on both sides can get irritated with The Simpsons.
I think that they take a view where nothing is held back. For instance, one time King and Kodos, two aliens, took over Clinton and Dole. And Bob Dole's not going to like this. And they had a great Bob Dole, and they had a great Bill Clinton on there. And Clinton and Dole were captured by aliens, and then they were now campaigning for president. What are you going to do? You have to vote for one of us. It's a two-party system. And as Bill Clinton, abortions for all. And the crowd goes, boo! Very well. Abortions for a select few. Boo! Very well. Abortions for none. Boo! So you can't win.
Sort of like pointing out the indecisiveness on a variety of topics of the American people.
The hypocrisy. And that's how I feel about the whole thing in general. I like to point out the hypocrisy. Homer, on the Second Amendment, I can't help it, Marge. When I had that gun in my hand, I felt like God must feel when he has a gun. You can't say that, but it's biting. that hits home.
Well, and one thing with Homer, by the way, years ago we had a bit called Jomer Biden, and this was when Biden was vice president of the United States, and we would just take different sayings, even then, that he would say, and give him a Biden voice, and you're like, no, he actually said that line.
Yeah, Homer. Oh, he would be the perfect Jomer Biden, and then Jomer Biden came out, and you can't really parody something that's funnier when it comes right out of his mouth. Jeez.
That's true.
I love it. I'm running for the office of the vice president of South America, and you're like, what? That's just something Homer would say. That's why we chose Jomer Biden. Those were the days, huh, Jimbo?
You got to give me a dough.
Aye.
You got to give me a dough.
Go, stupid.
So
Republican.
now, speaking of the stupid Republicans, Mr. Burns, Mr. Burns had that infamous meeting with the Republican National Committee where they were just poking at the idea of the rich
Republicans.
Republicans.
Inside a castle. And it was inside a castle. So they come in, and there's a fireplace, and Mr. Burns is telling it to order. And there's the rich Texan. Yeehaw! Shooting his guns. And at the table is Count Dracula. And what we need to do is stop those liberals. Blah, blah. And then they show Krusty the Clown.
Oh, what a day. I'm all for getting rid of those macaca liberals. They're telling me I can't use Mr. T in my act anymore. Damn PETA.
Well, so, Smithers, what evil can we perpetrate on the country today?
See, what I love...
That.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was going to say what I love is that when you get going on The Simpsons, you just do one voice rolling into another, rolling into the other, and it just suddenly it takes on a life of its own. How in the world do you do that, Jimmie Viles, entertainer extraordinaire, jumping from one voice to another?
I don't know, but that is because I drink some Maxon Pixie juice. Hey, Homer, let's have cheese omelets. Are you nuts? We got to find my daughter. I don't know, Homer. I use 3 kinds of cheese. I don't know how I do it. You can't explain it.
Sure.
I think out of my gift for mimicry was born from Monty Python's Flying Circus, from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and I memorized that movie. And in scenes like where Dennis, speaking of politics, Dennis is down in the field and King Arthur's arguing politics with him. Oh, I told you, it was a narco-syndicus commune. We're taking in turns to act as a sort of executive officer of the week, and all the decisions of that officer have to be ratified at a special bi-weekly meeting. Dennis, there's some lovely things down here. Who are you? I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. Who are the Britons? We all are. We're all Britons, and I'm your king. I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for kings. Well, how did you become king then? Look, strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. Be quiet. Oh, who are you think you are? I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you. So that's how I learned. That's how I learned to do it. Just memorizing those things.
But here
rehearsing.
I have to say that what you just did on a political show was perfect. That's the most significant portion of Monty Python and the Holy Grail when it comes to what we're dealing with in terms of politics and consent to the governed and the crises we're facing and the power structure in our society. It seems like we've been electing people, but electing governors as kings in many circumstances. But I don't want to get off on that train. I have one more question for you before we let you go. Jimmie Viles, our guest. Of course, he is the announcer at the start of the show and our main go-to guy for so many of our video breaks here on Jimmy at the Crossroads. And that is in terms of The Simpsons. One other thing that The Simpsons has really done is they've been able to predict uncannily so many different things. What do you think? Yes. How do they have that knack for it? And is there one, just briefly, is there one prediction that comes to mind more than any others?
Yeah, Lisa Simpson in an episode in the future was elected. She was the president, and Bart was still a bum, and Bart was going to be elected the minister for keeping it real. And this was before the Me Too movement. This was before anybody had ever heard the words Gen X, Gen Y. This was in 1992, maybe.
Wow.
And Lisa Simpson says,
I'm happy to be the first straight female president.
And that wasn't a prediction, but she said, and now I can fix all of the mess that President Trump made. And wow, I saw that the other day. Oh, man.
Wow. That's uncanny.
That was really cool.
Wow. Well,
and,
yeah.
And Krusty's predicted things before.
Rock the Vote. They've done stuff on Rock the Vote. They've done
so many political issues.
Heck, in the Simpsons movie, they predicted Tom Hanks being quarantined. I mean, my goodness, that was
Yes.
that was something
Yes.
too. So, but we got to run.
Oh, great. Oh, now I'm stuck here on an island forever. Oh, and I can't come home. Come on, people. Let's get this country opened up again. I've got another movie to do.
Jimmie Viles,
Ah!
voice man and entertainer extraordinaire. Always, and you never know what's going to happen when we bring Jimmie Viles on as yourself and not just as characters. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Jimitations.com. Check it out. You stay well and healthy.
Everyone out there, always look on the bright side of life.
Thank you. Jimmie Viles
See you,
again,
bud.
joining us here on Jimmy at the Crossroads. Thanks for watching this clip of Jimmy at the Crossroads. Don't miss more engaging, intelligent talk. Subscribe today to the Jimmy at the Crossroads YouTube channel. You do not want to miss our live show. Thanks for your support.
I got Jimmy at the crossroads, making sense out of no sense. Yeah.